Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. I'm Aqilah Binti Muhammad Soffian. My matrix number is 1210790. In this video, I will explain to you what I did during my industrial training at Yokohama Reclamation Sdn Bhd. Organization background. Yokohama Reclamation Sdn Bhd legally incorporated on 16 October 1996. This company is a private limited nation company with operational factory at Ipoh, Perak. The company's principal business is the reclamation and recovery of secondary materials, namely lead and plastic from scrap automobile batteries and related rejects. Its operational scope includes recovery of materials in the production, trade and transport of such recovered materials. With a workforce of 51 to 200 employees, Yokohama Reclamation has become a dominant participant in recycling and safe disposal of toxic battery components. As a member of the total Yokohama Industries Group, Yokohama Reclamation processes the highly toxic chemicals in spent batteries using advanced technology. Next, we move to the organization chart. So, at Yokohama Reclamation Sdn Bhd, General Manager is Roberto Santiago Mendoza. Under Grassroots Collection Department, we have Phyllis Jacob as Market Division Manager. Under Environment, Safety and Health Department, we have Nur Hazwani Binti Muhammad Nur as Engineer. Under People and Action Department, we have Din Wai Ping as Patricia, Assistant Manager. And under Finance Department, we have Ngoy Jason, Miss Nicole as Senior Executive, which is my supervisor. Central Planning Department, we have Cheong Wai Ling as Senior Executive. And the last department is Production Operation Management. We have Mark Ryan Biro as Senior Manager. Next, we move to the company's vision and mission. Yokohama Reclamation Sdn Bhd vision is to become a leading force in sustainable battery recycling and material recovery, reflecting its strong commitment to environmental stewardship and excellence. The company aims to set industry benchmark by prioritizing eco-friendly practices that minimize environmental impact while also ensuring high standard in quality and efficiency. Meanwhile, for Yokohama Reclamation Sdn Bhd mission is to deliver high-quality products and services that generate strong returns for both stakeholders and customers, while fostering continuous improvement through experience and knowledge. By embracing a culture of learning and innovation, the company has strengthened its capabilities and operational excellence, allowing it to emerge as a prominent leader in lead-acid battery manufacturing and recycling in Malaysia. Next, we move to the service offering. Yokohama Reclamation Sdn Bhd trades in reclamation and processing of secondary materials, lead and plastic obtained from spent car batteries. As part of the Yokohama Industries Bhd Group, the company occupies a niche in the battery manufacturer supply chain with the guarantee that all batteries are dismantled effectively and recycled into reusable raw materials using advanced technology. The company core industry involves the safe extraction of lead and polypropylene plastic from scrap batteries. The recovered lead undergoes a neutralization process to eliminate toxic residues, turning hazardous waste into safe, usable industry inputs. So, as part of the broader industrial enterprise, Yokohama Reclamation also handles trading and transportation of secondary lead and plastic materials, supplying both internal battery production unit and external buyers. Its factory in Perak utilizes lead recovery technologies, reinforcing compliance with environmental regulations and corporate responsibility standards. We move to the industrial training activities. The first activity that I did during my internship is updating internal transfer notes into Excel. Entering and updating data from ITN to Microsoft Excel from physical records is a systemic procedure to ensure accuracy and correctness. The physical ITN documents are initially gathered and sorted by date or reference number for easy monitoring. The document is net verified to identify the relevant information such as date, docket number, item description, quantity and location. Such data is entered into corresponding columns of the Excel sheet according to the standard format of data entry in the company. Spelling, numeric amount and format are checked to ensure that they are in sync with the physical records so that differences do not arise during the time of reconciliation or audits. Second activity that I did during my internship is updating bank book and performing bank reconciliation. I reconcile the bank book regularly so that all the company transactions were kept up to date. This includes every cash receipt and payment from customers and suppliers to bank charge. Having the bank book current enabled me to provide the finance team with an accurate reflection of the daily cash position of the company. Such a practice also reduce the chance of a mistake and make it easy to detect any misplaced and unusual transaction at any early stage. When I received the February 2025 to July 2025 bank statement, I proceed and perform the bank reconciliation. This initial step was to reconcile each transaction in the bank book with the corresponding entry in the bank statement. Any discrepancies, such as outstanding check or check in transit, were recorded and noted. Matching was carried out with the care to check each item in detail and not leave any transaction unchecked. Next activity I did during my internship is posting supplier invoice, claim form, petty cash, and YRSB ULAT transaction into SAP system. Entering supplier invoice, claim form, petty cash, and YRSB transaction into SAP system was one of the most significant responsibility that required precision and detail. This started with thoroughly checking all supporting documents to ensure completeness and accuracy prior to entering anything. For each transaction, I had to double check that the vendor number, invoice number, amount and date all correspond to supporting documentation provided. This double-checking process was used in ensuring the precision of financial reporting to avoiding errors. When entering invoice in SAP, I use two major transaction codes depending on whether there is a purchase order or not. For purchase order invoice, I use Miro, which match automatically the invoice detail to its corresponding purchase order and good receipt in the system. For non-PO invoice, which is non-purchase order invoice, I use FB60, where the details were typed in and had to be manually checked against vendor documents. These two-step procedure enable both types of supplier invoice to be properly posted in the system, as well as conforming to company procedures. Next activity I did during my internship is reviewing and reconcile outstanding balance. I checked the company outstanding amount by reviewing the numbers in the SAP system FBL1N with great care. This includes checking individual vendor transaction, including outstanding item, cleared item, and unpaid invoice. Each SAP entry was checked for accuracy, ensuring invoice numbers, posting dates, and amounts matched the backup documents. This was a vital step in having a uniform point of reference before comparing the records against the vendor statement of accounts (SOA). After I extract the needed data from SAP, I cross-checked it with the recent vendor SOA to see if there were any discrepancies. When I compared them, I looked for issues such as unposted invoice in the SOA but no coverage in SAP, duplicate postings that may result in overpayment, or missing payment that had not been posted in the system. When I found differences, I referred them for clarification purpose, either by referring to the finance team or cross-checking documentation such as payment voucher or credit notes. By this type reconciliation, I double-checked that both internal and external books were consistent. The last activity that I did during my internship is data entry of e-invoice information for company suppliers. Updating and entering the e-invoice information in the BP or business partner module of the SAP system was an imperative exercise to address mandatory e-invoicing requirements. My role was to replicate supplier information from Excel to the SAP system, where each data field such as company's registration number, email, phone number, and tax identification number needed to be entered properly. This task required attention to details, as any minor mistakes would undermine the efficiency of the company's e-invoicing process. For precision, I rechecked every entry with the provided Excel data and associated documents from the suppliers before updating SAP. This double-checking minimized chance of errors, which otherwise would result in invoice rejection or delayed payment. Ensuring consistency between different records was also critical to prevent variation between supplier provided information and system information. This ensured that contributed to the reliability of supplier master data within SAP, which is critical when it comes to the financial reporting as well as transaction processing. Now, we move to the critical analysis on issue and its solution. One of the most important issues observed in the industrial training was excessive reliance on manual postings and verification, especially in regard to processing internet transfer notes (ITN), posting invoice, and vendor e-invoice posting. such processes are significant in ensuring financial transaction accuracy. Their repetitive and manual nature had a tendency to increase the human errors such as double posting, omission, or errors in calculation. There's error left undetected if not correct in good time, would disrupt financial reporting, delay payment to expire, and even undermine compliance with requirements such as Malaysia mandatory invoicing. In addition, the time-consuming task of cross-verifying every document against hard copies of the records and supporting documents also slowed down efficiency, adding workload and pressure on intern and finance department. The best solution to counter the reliance on manual verification and keying is to enhance the financial process automation with higher leverage of the SAP system and digital integration features. Through higher leverage of the SAP capabilities, such as automated invoice matching against purchase order and good receipt, duplicate entries for periodic transaction, and system-generated error identification, the finance team can substantially eliminate the manual verification. For example, SAP validation rules can be applied automatically to recognize inconsistency like duplicate invoice number, absence of tax identification number, or unmatched total. Not only would this be time-saving, but also minimize the risk of human error and ensure proper standard compliant financial records. We move to the recommendation. This is to intensify its automation of accounting process regarding posting invoice, internal transfer note posting, and vendor e-invoice data updates. Currently, they are extremely reliant on manual inputting of data, which while meticulous also increase the risk of making errors such as duplicate posting, missing entries, or incompatible numbers. Manual validation is time-consuming and slow down efficiency in the finance department as well. The company can automate repetitive work with greater data accuracy and consistency by leveraging the full power of SAP, such as auto-match invoice, duplicate or missing entry validation rules, and batch uploading from Excel. Another important suggestion is to make training and knowledge sharing program more robust within the finance department, while on-the-job guidance from peers was helpful. A more structured and standardized training system would greatly enhance performance and quality. For example, producing standard operating procedure (SOP) manuals, conducting brief workshop, or producing tutorial videos for tasks such as invoice posting in SAP or vendor data update would help adapt faster for intern and new staff members. It will reduce the learning curve and minimize the risk of errors, especially in repetitive but important financial processes. The last recommendation is the final suggestion to improve the company's document management by implementing an electronic filing system in the central way. During the internship, financial document was handled manually largely with the physical filing and cross-referring, where the method work is cumbersome and susceptible to issues such as loss of documents or record retrieval when under scrutiny for audit or reconciliation. By adopting a computerized filing system tied to SAP or cloud storage, the organization will be able to achieve, maintain, and retrieve documents more efficiently. To sum up, my 6-month internship at Yokohama Reclamation Sdn Bhd has been an enriched and transformative experience that allowed me to bridge the gap between academic knowledge and real work practice through exposure to various finance and accounting activities such as updating internal transfer note, performing bank reconciliation, posting supplier invoice into SAP, and managing e-invoice information. I was able to strengthen my technical skill while also gaining a deeper understanding of corporate financial operations. This practical involvement not only sharpened my accuracy and attention to detail, but also give me first-hand insight into how financial data is processed, reconciled, and utilized to support decision-making in an industrial setting. Throughout the training, I also developed essential soft skills that are critical in professional environment. Working closely with my colleagues in the finance department improved my communication, teamwork, and time management ability. The dynamic nature of the task I was assigned, often requiring cross-verification and collaboration, taught me the importance of adaptability and problem solving in ensuring smooth financial process. This interpersonal skill, combined with technical proficiency, have enhanced my confidence and prepared me to face the challenges of a professional accounting career. Another significant takeaway from this internship was the exposure to the SAP system and major upcoming e-invoicing requirements. Gaining hands-on experience in such tool and compliance processes has given me an advantage in understanding how technology and regulatory standards are shaping the future of accounting. The opportunity to work with digital systems and observe how automation can streamline financial tasks has made me more aware of the need for continuous learning and adaptation in the ever-evolving field. This experience emphasized the value of technological literacy and regulatory awareness for future accountants. In conclusion, my internship journey at Yokohama Reclamation Terminal has been an invaluable stepping stone toward my career development. It has equipped me with the technical knowledge, professional discipline, and workplace ethic necessary for success in the accounting profession. More importantly, it has instilled in me a sense of responsibility, precision, and adaptability that I will carry into my future endeavors. I am deeply grateful to my industry supervisor, coach, and the organization for their guidance and support, which made this experience not only educational but also personally rewarding. That's all from me. Thank you for watching.